Emma and Jonathan had lived together for almost 40 years. Their house stood on the outskirts of Salem, near a wooded trail. Small, wooden, with peeling paint and an overgrown front yard where Emma grew phlox and sage. They lived quietly, almost unnoticed by others, without quarrels, without fuss. The locals knew them as a reserved, somewhat distant couple. But Jonathan had one peculiarity that even the neighbors knew about. He never let anyone enter the old garage behind the house. The shabby building, with its rusted roof and moss-covered walls, seemed long forgotten. Just junk and tools, he would dismiss whenever Emma asked. Sometimes she heard him puttering inside, the rustle of paper, the creaking of floorboards, a muffled voice. But every time she approached, the door was locked from the inside, and the sounds would stop. When Jonathan died suddenly in his sleep from a heart attack, Emma was left alone in the house. After the funeral, held in a small Lutheran church, neighbors came to offer their condolences, but she barely seemed to hear them. The house became an echo, every object a reminder of him. And outside, the locked garage still stood. A few weeks later, on a gray autumn evening, she finally gathered the courage. With trembling hands, she sifted through a bundle of old keys and unlocked the door. A creak, the scent of dust and paper. Inside, everything was different from what she had expected. Dozens of photographs covered the walls, almost all of them of her, in the garden, in the kitchen, by the lake in their youth. On the table lay a leather-bound album, topped with a dried sprig of sage. Inside were letters, daily entries, confessions, regrets, memories. He had written for her. About her. Every day, for years. Her heart clenched. Everything that had gone unsaid, everything that had seemed like silence, turned out to be love. Emma didn't cry. For the first time, she felt a lightness, as if after a long storm. From then on, the garage was no longer a secret. Emma dusted it off, hung up the photographs, and placed the diaries under glass. Above the desk, she hung a sign, more than words. People began to visit. Some stood quietly, others remembered Jonathan with unexpected warmth. A young couple once said, "We're often silent too. But now we understand, silence can be full." Emma smiled and simply replied, "The important thing is not to forget to love, even when words are hard." And in the evening, she opened a new notebook and began to write, "Dear Jonathan. Now it's my turn to tell you how things really were. And how they are now." The garage, once filled with mystery, had become a place where love lived. Without noise, without grand declarations. Just light, paper, photographs. And silence, more than emptiness.